I watched the clock tick by as the dreaded gathering came closer. I was so nervous about that damned harvest moon gathering that I couldn't sleep and was awake before the sun was even up. I went for my usual morning run earlier than usual, so instead of just running the streets of the compound, I decided to run out of the gates and then into the woods. The ground there was more difficult to run on, but it also felt so invigorating. Having grown up with the forest nearby had given me a deep love for running among the trees, the dark canopy of leaves above me, the musty, earthy smell of the dirt beneath my feet. The smells of the forest were so familiar to me that I would recognize them anywhere. I was running at nearly top speed when I found a new smell in the forest. But it wasn't just any smell. It was a scent, a powerful scent, coming from an even more powerful werewolf. Something stirred, something deep inside of me. All the hairs on the back of my neck stood at attention, and all my senses went on high alert. It's like my body was simultaneously screaming a danger, and I want more at the same time. What is this scent? I thought to myself. My mind felt cloudy and my body felt heavy. Whoever this was, they smelled like chocolate, coffee, cinnamon, and the forest after the rain. It intrigued me to no end, but something told me that I needed to get away from it right away. I knew that whatever or whoever it was, I should not stick around to find out. I just closed my eyes and ran as fast as possible. I ran until I couldn't run anymore. "What in the world was that?" I exclaimed the instant the scent disappeared. "What was what, dear?" Aunt Eve asked from the kitchen. She looked at me, confused. It's best I keep this a secret, I thought. I'm already an outcast. Don't want to make it worse. "Nothing, Aunt Eve," I said to her with a smile. "Should we get ready for the gathering?" After I was finished being primped and pampered by Aunt Eve and put in the dress that grandfather had brought, I was ready for the dreaded gathering. Juniper and the others were going to take me there. We headed to the northernmost road to wait for them. I desperately needed them to go to the event with me to make things better. I had lived in the compound my whole life, but even so, I had never actually been to the Alpha's house before. And judging by Juniper's response, neither had she. "This is actually exciting," she exclaimed as we drove up the long, long driveway that led up to the Alpha house. "It's not often you get to do this." At the back of the compound, there was a small road, but this road was actually a driveway. All the houses in the compound stopped before the forest started, all except for the Alpha's. The Alpha house was at the end of a 2-mile-long driveway, weaving between the tall, thick trees as the road sloped ever upward. The farther into the forest you went, the higher into the mountains you went. The Alpha house wasn't very high, but it was still impressive to see. I noticed several strings of lights strung between the trees. I was pretty sure that they had been hung just for the gathering tonight, but how was I supposed to know for certain? Whatever the reason for the lights, though, they gave off a beautiful yet eerie glow. It was strange. We had only left at 6:45, but it looked like it was full dark outside. The sun shouldn't have set that quickly, I thought to myself.